Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play, where in the last episode we found ourselves in a pretty intense battle against the contents of a particular psychic ship. There were some Necrons, some Mechanicus, and some Mechanoids in there. Kind of a real mixed bag, but we were able to pull through without any casualties, at least no deaths. And we were able to do that by sort of maneuvering away from the downed people so that the enemy didn't continue to shoot at them. But luckily the weapons they were using didn't really cause any bleeding. And so once they were no longer being targeted, it was a fairly simple matter of just dragging them to the hospital and getting them patched up. Now, Zarena and Tigris were wounded a bit more seriously than the others. And so they're still recovering. I think Remy's the only other one that's not fully healed yet, but he's up and about. Those two have undergone surgery for their wounds, and so they're going to be down a bit longer. Everybody else is A-okay though, and so we are going to move on this incapacitated refugee opportunity that we were given last episode as well. And so we're going to see if this Morgan character is any good. If he or she is a good character, then we will of course bring them onto our colony, but if they're not, or just not something that we really need, rather than, just bringing on more people for the sake of bringing on more people, what we'll do is we will probably just patch them up and send them on their way. Now, I don't believe they're part of a faction, so we won't gain any sort of faction relation bonus for this, but at the very least, we won't just leave a person to die. And then if they turn out to be a good character, well then we'll have another colonist. So, at the hospital, it looks like Remy is still resting. I don't know why he's still resting. He was up and about just a second ago. But, let's see. Yeah, he still has a couple wounds left, so he won't be going on this mission. I noticed that his gear was really beat up, so he is currently wearing that new helmet that we just... I don't remember if we just produced it or bought it. I think we bought it. So he put that on, left his. Apparently Daniel has stolen it. I wanted it to get repaired, but he decided to grab it. And his carapace armor is in poor shape as well, so we need to get a couple of extras of those so that we can start fixing this stuff. Daniel, I need you to drop that helmet so that it actually gets fixed. And because you were such a pain in the ass for doing that, I'm going to make you haul it back. And hopefully we can get somebody to patch it up. They're repairing all this random crap before they disassemble it. So that's fine. I just want this to get repaired as well so that somebody can put it on. Anyway, back over here. So Zarena... it looks like her anesthesia is already worn off, but all of her permanent injuries have been fixed. We were very lucky that the brain injury was not at all severe, and we were able to just cure it with a bit of medicine. The same is true for Tigris, who had lost a toe, but because the toe was so insignificant... Or was it a toe? No, it was a thumb. Sorry, it was a thumb. Because it was just a thumb, we were able to patch that up fairly easily as well. So, yeah, her anesthesia is worn off as well. How much pain are you guys in, by the way? Pain is extreme. You know what? I'm going to put them back under. Requires herbal medicine or better. Yeah, herbal medicine's fine. And then Zarena, we'll do the same for you, because I think you're in pretty rough pain. Yeah, 82% is quite a lot. So we'll put them back under. And in the meantime, let's start getting people ready for this journey. So I'm going to take you two. I think we'll take Graith, who should be fully healed by now. Who else? Reyna. I don't know how many... I don't want to bring a bunch of snipers. I guess we're going to have to. That's okay. If we play it carefully, snipers can be very, very deadly. Obviously, we just kind of sit back. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. I wanted tables and chairs in the bedrooms so that they would eat, even if they had meals on them. Clinton was always capable of walking. He's been healed for a while. Why does it say he's no longer incapable? Yeah, he is good to go. Strange. I wonder if he was resting in his own bed or something. Cash in, god damn it. Let's see. Lazarus, can you repair stuff? No, you can't mend. Wait, what did that say? Skill too low. Okay. Who wouldn't be skill too low? Daniel, not assigned to crafting. Clinton, probably not. Skinner, skill too low. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to forbid this for now because everybody's gonna try to put that on, or at least the people that don't have defined uniforms yet, which is the annoying people. Okay, Zarena's missing her sidearm. She'll probably go grab those. Yeah, she's gonna go grab her stuff. All right, this group is ready to go, so let's get you guys all centered. No, don't do that. Move to... Weird, it's never done that before. Stop attacking it, Jesus Christ. Oh, I hope you didn't damage it. It says it's undamaged. Oh, we're gonna have to pay... God. Oh, it's so annoying. It's never done that. I always draft them and just click on this to move them there. And for whatever reason, this one time they decided that meant open up on it. So... Great, now we have a damaged APC. Luckily it wasn't significant and the thing will still run, but when it gets back we're gonna have to do something about that. Alright, so they're all loaded up. Let's go ahead and set this caravan ready to go. Okay, we're bringing you and everybody inside. We're gonna need to bring not a lot really. That's 0.5 days worth of food. That's almost enough, to be honest. If we bring another 75, that's going to be a full day. Let's bring another... let's do 150. That's 1.5 days. Okay, no. We'll do 225 then. And that'll be, what? Like, basically 2 full days. So that's more than enough to go there and back, and enough for them to kind of sit and hang out there for a little while, if need be. Now... in terms of chem fuel, I think we have enough in the vehicle, but I'm going to give them a full extra tank just to be safe. And finally, we need a bit of medicine. Now, we actually have a lot of medicine at this point, so we can afford to bring quite a bit of it. I'm going to say we'll bring like 10 medicine, and that should be enough for the downed person as well as any of our colonists to get hurt during the fighting, if there's any fighting. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and get ready to leave. It was to the west, so I think we're going to go north. No, we want to go southwest because I think we want to go along the road. And let's hit accept. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, so we wanted to go southwest. That should put us here, and then we go down the road and then across, or maybe to there and then across. Either way, that works just fine. Good. Grab that fuel and grab everything else and be on your way. You're doing pretty well on Pemmican. I keep intermittently checking in to make sure it's all forbidden, because every time it gets added I have to make sure that nobody's having it for snacks. You should be reconnected. There we go. How is our cannon coming along, by the way? I know somebody was working on that. Apparently not, because nothing got hauled over there. I don't know why they're not doing that, or this for that matter. I wanted more wind power, and they are not super keen on doing that. Let's remove that. If you're going to be up and walking around, I'm not going to put you under. Okay, caravan's ready. Let's hop out here, and I want the caravan itself. Go ahead and visit that. And we'll see if we need to do any fighting there. We're bringing snipers along, so micromanaging them is going to be very important because we need to make sure we maintain our distance and engage effectively from range. That's interesting. Normally it unassigns their beds when they leave, but it didn't this time. It probably will when they arrive at their destination, though. What are you doing? Oh, you're building more lights. Okay. And Clinton's almost done with his adamantium. Once he gets those out, I can fill that in and fix the wall, and then we'll order the mining of this after. That way we're never exposing our base to the outdoors, although I am a bit worried about that. Ah, crap. Power is going to be a bit hard to come by now. Hopefully the wind picks up. Otherwise, we're going to see our batteries start to plummet here. Luckily, we have a lot of them, and they're all full. Yeah, we'll see. Typically, they don't last too long, but now that I've said that, I've probably just made things worse for myself. It looks like most of our loot from the last battle has been hauled. That's good. Let's make sure it's forbidden. Where is it? I feel like there should be more of it. Did it end up elsewhere? I don't know where else they could put it. Not in there. Potentially it could go on those shelves. Not there. So where did it all go? That's kind of worrying, actually. There should have been a lot of weapons, and I am not seeing any of them. Okay, what happened? Sleeping mechanoids. Wait. Oh, they've arrived at the destination already. Okay. So Morgan is a miner, 88 years old. Jesus. Okay. Nimble night owl, so no bad traits. That's always nice. Actually a pretty decent shot with a lot of potential for it. This is a solid character. Now, my only concern is her age. But there's a lot of augments and bionics we can use to help with that. So typically with older characters, what you'll see is they'll start to develop a bad back, which obviously we can replace. We've done that with 2 characters already. One had a bad back. The other was like a paraplegic after getting shot with a radium carbine. But we were able to fix both of those. The other is you'll see them start developing like various brain diseases like dementia. I think Alzheimer's is another one that's in the game. Those are going to be harder to deal with, but still something that we can potentially fix given our level of technology. So I think this is a solid character. I think we're going to go ahead and rescue her. Now we have, it looks like 3 scythers that we need to deal with. And oh, you already have it. Okay, you already have dementia. It's difficult to see what overall effect that's having. I don't know if we can fix that. We'll have to see. But obviously, it's making her brain less efficient, and then she's having trouble talking and hearing, which will affect her social stuff. The part efficiency is really the bigger deal, because that will affect her manipulation potentially and other things. But we'll have to see if we can do something about that. I'm still going to bring her on and see what we can do to fix these, and if... Wait, what? Her skin is bleeding very badly. How does a stab to the skin... Like, obviously you have to stab through somebody's skin, but generally it's not lethal unless you hit something important underneath. But just, like, did they flay her? Is that what this is trying to say? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to need to try to... Oh, I need furniture. I don't know why I always go to structure for beds. We're going to need to get her there. Obviously, we'll need to deal with these mechanoids first. So where's our vehicle at? Where did you guys come in? Oh, up here. Okay. Let's draft you. And we'll maneuver up just a little bit. Put it right here. Like right there. And then we will unload. And we'll try to engage from up here, potentially. That might be too far, actually. So what we'll have to maybe do is try to lure them this way. Okay, so set up there. Oh, I guess we're engaging now. Right. Before you do that, I would prefer if you would maneuver ever so slightly over to here. Actually, you know what? Reyna, you stay over there. Ren, you keep doing that. Reyna, stay here. No, fine. Just do that. Grace, I want you over there because you have worse armor. You guys move. Bragg, go here. Zima, go here. And Reyna, I want you there. And you'll be the one that kind of takes the initial shot to aggro them. If you ever hit, please don't shoot our refugee either. That would really suck if you domed her and killed her. This isn't working. My snipers are not very good, as you can tell. No? Okay. Well, wait, are you in range? They're taking aim. There we go. Oh, wow. Killed that one before it even woke up. Shot straight through the thorax, the thorax with a Exodus sniper rifle. So basically just a through and through, put it out of its misery. Alright, they're engaging us now. You guys are not able to help, so why don't you run around this way? And we'll do a little bit of flanking. While the snipers engage from there. And we'll see if that helps. Bragg, maybe run across, and then Zima. Oh, that was Zima. Okay, Bragg, go here then. Oh man, that crossfire is risky. Okay, we got them all. Cool. Zima, I need you to rescue Morgan. And everybody else. Let's see. I need this roofed off. And a door would be nice. I don't know that we'll be able to come up with one though. Also, let's mine any compacted machinery lying about. I know that we saw some up in the north. There's Promethium there. That might be worth doing. That'll be slow going though, and that looks like plasteel. So this is actually going to be a fairly lucrative trip for us. Ooh, is that silver? Okay, I know I saw more machinery. Where was it? I swear there was a little bit of machinery. Ah, here it was. Okay, go ahead and mine that out. So this is plasteel. I was correct. Let's get all of that, because that is valuable, even if we don't need it necessarily. And this is, oh, uranium. That's also valuable. So yeah, well, let's mine that out too. Okay. Ready, go. We're going to need to shut that guy down, if nothing else. So Bragg, go ahead and I guess you can just beat it to death if that's what you prefer. We're going to want to get those inside. So let's make a small stockpile zone just for dead mechanoids. You know what? We'll set this to just allow all. And I'll make that a little bit bigger. That way, any of the components and stuff we harvest will get moved inside and not deteriorate. And the mechanoids will get moved under a roof as well. Please haul this. Oh, you guys are still drafted. My bad. Yeah, do that. Oh, wait. Are you tending to her right now? Skin was shot off. Oh god, that seems unpleasant. Well, how does that work even? I'm so confused. I think we can fix that. We do have the ability to make synthetic skin. Also, through DE surgeries, there might be an operation to do it. Oh, okay. So let's look at this. It's going to show us all the options now. So we can cure all that stuff, obviously. We can cure the frail torso, and we can cure the dementia with some Glitter World medicine. So yeah, we can fix all of her issues. That is pretty good. But I think we will need to make some synthetic skin for her. I think that's the first time I've ever needed to use synthetic skin. That's interesting though. I'm not going to bother with medicine because I don't think any of these have the potential for infection. So I'll just let Zima do normal treatment. Alright, so since it appears that we might be here for a little bit, I've changed up our plans just slightly. I'm going to lay down some sleeping spots inside here, and then I've moved the stockpile zones outside, but I'm going to go ahead and roof that off, at least as far as I can get away with without it collapsing. That way, these things will not deteriorate, because these won't rot, so as long as they're covered, they'll be fine. There was another. Oh, you've got it. Perfect. Alright, so that worked out pretty well, I think. Let's jump back over here and see how things are going, because that's going to kind of take care of itself. And things are looking pretty good over here. Cows are eating grass. That's always nice. They don't have to use up all the kibble. Just random camels. How are we doing in here? I wish they would kind of prioritize these bedrooms because, frankly, I would really like those done so I can start moving people into them. But they're lagging a bit. Oh, I think I've put the beds in the wrong spot. Yeah. Well, luckily they haven't been built yet. So cancel that and then place it there. And I'm gonna have to fix all of these. Okay, so there we go. Just for the sake of symmetry, fixing all that. So the beds are always 2 tiles away from the door and 1 away from the vent. And that's how they are up here. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, apparently I wasn't symmetrical up here, but that's fine. No reason to continue making the same mistake. Is anybody going to touch this? Nobody seems to want to work on that. I might have to force somebody to do it. Liara, you're not a builder. Virya, you are. You're making floors. I mean, that's fine. I appreciate that, but I kind of want this cannon done. I'd really like to see what it can do. And I'm fairly certain that somebody's been producing shells. I remember seeing... Yeah. I remember seeing the bill kind of get a notification up here that it was... I don't know that it was completed, but obviously that one of them was produced. Where does that happen? Oh, it's up here. So I think they've been slowed down because of this. 40 steel and 20 chem fuel. We have plenty of both. So yeah, hopefully we can really start cranking those out. They'll get stored on these shelves so they don't deteriorate, but I think I'm going to ask Virya to work on that. Yeah, just deliver the building materials for now. Let's see, you're wandering. Are you not capable of mining? Or just not willing to mine? Mining, everybody should be at least 4. That way they'll do it if they have nothing else to do. Like Ren there. They're both 3, so they're not going to be particularly good at this, but at least we will be making some headway on it. And Morgan, how are you doing? Oh, heat stroke. Okay, so we are going to need to come up with a door. It's going to be a bit tricky because we can't process any materials here, so we're going to have to mine some of... There was a bit of steel. Yeah. We'll have to mine some of this. And then we're going to need to cut down some tree... Well, not trees, some cacti. So that we can... You know, it might be easier just to make it all out of wood. But we're going to need a passive cooler, and we need wood to do that. So let's mark a couple of these. And I guess anybody who's not too keen on mining can do this. Make sure they're set up for plant cutting too. Yeah, of course they're not. Alright, well, take your pick, whatever you guys want to do. Do something. In fact, the people who are not particularly good at mining, I will have plant cutting. I think that makes more sense. Graith is almost all the way through that compacted machinery, though. You guys are starting on the uranium. Bragg is working on the plasteel. I don't know that we'll be able to get all of it. I don't want to be here forever. We didn't really bring the supplies for that. But we'll kind of settle in, at least for a little bit, just so that we're, you know, taking full advantage of being here. So, and I go to structure, or I go to furniture for a door. Alright, well, hurry up and dump that so I can click on this. Okay, it's not going to be enough, but at least let me queue it. And following that, we'll need a passive cooler. So we need 75 wood to make all that happen. Hopefully that'll keep her a little bit more comfortable and healthy. But I'm hoping that she will be able to walk fairly soon. In theory, she will join us immediately upon her being able to move again. That's generally how it works, but it's not a guarantee. And once that's done, we'll probably just throw everybody in the APC and get going. Although, I do want to harvest some of those resources, just because they are kind of rare, and there's quite a few of them there. But whenever she's capable of getting herself in the APC, because we can't load people in, we're going to want to kind of take advantage of that and just go. Let's get this done. Why did we leave that there? Let's mine that out. And I guess we can queue up this as well. So that'll be that room finished. We're almost done with this hallway. And then it's just a matter of mining out the remainder of these bedrooms. But I'm going to let him do the hallway first. That way we can access these. And then I'll worry about the other ones. Okay, so Morgan is apparently up and about. And she, again, immediately joined us, just as I said she would. We will accept. And we have a new recruit. So I imagine you're probably not in any shape to work, but let's set your priorities anyways, because you're probably going to just find something to do anyways, because that's how the game works. I don't mind that being at 3. Hunting, not a huge priority for us. Growing, that's fine as well. Mining should be probably your top priority. And you weren't much of a crafter, were you? No, you were not. Okay, so yeah, mining. Feel free to mine. Or rest, that's fine too. We got the door, but we did not get... Zima, can you just finish that real quick? Like, we have the wood for it. It just needs to get finished, and you guys will probably all be happier for it. Her especially, since she can't tolerate it. I mean, how are you guys doing? Okay, so your armor is protecting you. You can go back to sleep, like you didn't have to get to work. I just wanted this done. And the temperature should go down. But yeah, their armor is protecting them, whereas, you know, obviously her regular scrappy clothing is not. Alright, so we just had a little bit of an electrical explosion. I'm going to go ahead and have Jackal put that fire out, since luckily he was right there. It looks like it happened right here, so it did damage the walls a bit, but otherwise it wasn't too much of a problem. However, because we were dealing with an eclipse and our batteries just completely drained themselves, we're going to be without power for a little bit. So we might see our food go bad, which is unfortunate. Really unfortunate, but not a lot we can do about it. What are you doing? You're making kibble. Okay, I can live with that. Zarena's fully healed. That's nice to see. Alright, so it's just Tigress then. Her first battle, and she got really messed up. Okay, and so after a little bit, our temperature in here has dropped considerably. It will never go below, I think, 10 degrees with these passive coolers, but obviously hovering in the teens is more than low enough for them. Sorry about that. So, anyways, that should be plenty low enough to keep them nice and comfortable while they're hanging out here. And, oh, we have an inspired recruitment back at base. Okay, who do we want to have join us? How many prisoners do we have at this point? Let's count it this way, it's easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 prisoners. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, I guess. Okay, so Black, the cave child, she's a miner. Not a bad character, but not necessarily somebody that we need to recruit to make effective. We were working on recruiting her. I'm just going to set her to force work for now. Honestly, being in the quarry is all we need her to do, so there's really no point. Sira, he was a crafter, but that was really all he was good at. So we've just had him crafting components in the prison, and that's totally fine. But he's not a bad character either. So, like, neither would hurt if they joined us, but neither necessarily needs to join us to be effective. Then we have Inga, the con artist. We weren't trying to recruit you. You're actually fairly easy to recruit. All she has is social skills and a bit of potential for crafting. She's a pessimist, though, and that was something I didn't necessarily like. Not a terrible character, but somebody that can't fight, and so they don't necessarily do us any good as a colonist. Pruitt, not much of a fighter either. Trigger happy night owl. If he was a better shooter, I would bring him along, because it'd be nice to have his help with farming and stuff, and he wouldn't be a bad, you know, like combat medic either. But since he's essentially worthless fighting, it's difficult to justify bringing him on. One thing I could do, and I don't think I have any more of them. I do have some, just not the ones I need. But if we have a neurotrainer for shooting, we don't. Okay. I was gonna say if we had one for shooting, and it's possible that we'll get one later, we could give it to him and see how much that improves his shooting. Because if he was a decent combatant, say like 6, 7, 8 shooting, somewhere around there, maybe even 5. I could probably live with 5. Just somebody who's capable of picking up a lasgun and going out there. I wouldn't mind bringing him on and letting him help farm, and I guess we could train him up in construction as well. He is a good miner though, and so leaving him in the prison isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, but obviously having him be able to farm and mine for us out in the open would be very useful too. So we will eventually recruit him, I think, but not until we're able to guarantee that he'll be a useful combatant. So far, none of those 3. Then we have Gorilla, who is basically the same character as El Arana, but a little bit more versatile. Instead of just being able to fight melee and recruit people or, you know, make trade deals, Gorilla is a melee combatant and can do a little bit of building and mining. Also, he could be a good cook if we, you know, let him practice. He is a bit of an issue in the colony, though, because he's going to start fights a little bit more often. He is abrasive, and people do not like that. And then I think Brawler affects it too. No, it doesn't. I think maybe it used to. I think Brawler increased the chances of like fist fights triggering, but no, it just makes them unhappy if they have to carry ranged weapons. And it is carry. I've tried equipping ranged weapons as secondary weapons for the characters, and they don't like that either. Anyway, not a bad character, but not someone that we desperately need. He's also one of our future Space Marine candidates. Then there's Dorna. Pretty well-rounded character, but unfortunately Pyromaniac and Greedy, so really bad traits kind of ruin that one. And Johnny, who is same thing, incapable of violence, so we put him in here because he can't actually help defend the base, and as a prisoner he's kind of a non-threat. So I don't know of any one character that really jumps out at me there. I think we might just take Gorilla, so that whenever we have the Space Marine augments ready to go, we can start doing that. Obviously him and Daniel are the 2 primary candidates. So Remy, I'm guessing the cooldown is probably, yeah, I gotta be really careful because he could potentially run up and recruit anybody. Well, you know what? Potentially no, because if everybody is set to forced to work only, then he won't do that. Am I missing anyone? Inga. Okay, so there's those 3, and then we have Pruitt, Dorna. Okay, so Girl is the only one set to work and recruit, so that shouldn't be a problem then. I don't need to worry about it. Fantastic. That means I don't need to micromanage. It's actually getting quite chilly in there. They might start taking debuffs from sleeping in the cold. Alright, so she's fully healed. She's going to eat a bit of pemmican, and then we're going to get back to mining. She's going to help us out. We can't hang out for too much longer. This pemmican's not going to last us for a very long time, but we'll get as much as we can. We've made decent progress on the uranium. Pretty much no progress on the plasteel. And we've got most of the components. There's just this here and then whatever's hidden behind it. But we'll try to get as much as we can before we leave. We have a caravan request. Whoa. Interesting. They want a 120mm cannon gun. We have one. We bought one. In return, they're offering a rail cannon. I don't know what the rail cannon is, but I think I might know. I think it's a vehicle weapon. Yeah. So that doesn't actually help us. Because the version of Yes Vehicles I'm running is a custom version, and it's a bit outdated. You may recall that I was able to get it working before it was updated and fixed. So they don't, the vehicle weapons don't work for me. And so that's not really going to help. I wouldn't have minded getting rid of the 140, 120 millimeter cannon, because I've been told it's not very good. But I still want to try it, and since the other weapon they're offering is kind of useless, I don't see any point. So we'll at least give this one a chance. Why is this set like that? That's strange. Anyways, clear all that. And we want manufactured, I think it's going to be turret shells. Yeah, we only want those. At least in this area. Obviously, where our mortars are, we'll be setting those differently, but that's fine for now. And Lazarus is going to finish that. Great. Oh, we need power. Right. Let's add some power. We can just run it straight out from here. I'll run it all the way through there, just in case. I'm not sure in case of what, but just in case, we'll run it through. And this thing should be fully automated. I think. We'll see. So shells, yeah, perfect. I am very curious to try this thing out, though. Actually, is that the... I think that's the minimum range. I hope that's the minimum range. Otherwise, this thing's going to be useless. I'm pretty sure it is. It's not clear, though. Is it? I don't see any maximum range, so unless it can fire anywhere on the map except for right here, it's not a great sign. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. We've got it set up. We're going to try it out. Alright, so we're still having a slight issue with rolling blackouts because of the eclipse. We're just not producing enough power outside of the solar panels to get this done, or, you know, get what we need. So because we have a surplus of wood, I'm going to throw down some passive coolers in here just to make sure that the temperature kind of stays fairly low. Right now, most of these coolers are being powered, so it's okay, but at night they tend to shut off. Oh, Morgan's having a sad wander. Why? What were you upset about? Whatever. Okay, all the uranium has been harvested, so now we can move on to the plasteel. I found the other components I was looking for. It's right here. Oh no, a heat wave. Is that both of these locations, or... I don't think it matters. No, it's just the base. Okay. Well, that's a real shame. Oh, there's more components here. Let's make sure we get all those. But yeah, it's just the plasteel and the rest of the components, and then we're basically done. And we'll get all this stuff back. There is, I think, enough pemmican for one more day. It's going to take them virtually no time at all to get back home. So I'm not concerned about that. I'm just concerned about, you know, running out of food while they're here. But again, if that's a problem, we'll just throw them in the APC and head home. By the time they get home, it'll be like, again, 0.1 day, 0.2 days, and they can just, you know, run inside and grab some food. They'll be alright. Alright, our research is done. We can now start producing anti-material turrets. These don't require any ammo production, and I do not believe they require anybody to actually man them. So, these are going to be our kind of go-to turrets, I believe. Let's actually see what they require. It's going to be a two-stage process, just like the cannon. But unlike the cannon... Okay, so that is minimum range. I didn't notice that before. But yeah, 12. That looks to be a radius of 12. So yeah, virtually anything on the map except for this little circle can be targeted by that thing. That's pretty impressive. And I think that's a good spot for it too, because anything that comes at us from this direction, which is typically where they come from, is going to get bombarded the whole way. And we just need somebody to sit there and load it. As far as I'm aware, it will target for itself. We have one shell. Maybe we'll find like a random wild animal and have somebody do target practice. Anyway, so these turrets. Let's see. Anti-material turret. They are quite expensive. So 260 steel and 15 components, and that is just for the base. We still need to produce the top half, which is in the machining table. I don't know why I was having such a hard time with that. Let's see. Here we go. 50 cal anti-material gun. So that's another 100 steel and 10 components. So 360 steel and 25 components to get one of those done. But they should be basically automated death. So I think they'll be a lot of fun. And again, I'd like to place them in the center of each of these sandbag areas. So we have potentially 4 of them. That might not be necessary up there because it wouldn't have a whole lot of line of sight on anything. But definitely one there, we'll put one there, we'll put one there, and we'll put one there. So we'll have at least 4 of them. 3 on the bottom, 1 on the top. And I may set some up on these sides as well. It's going to be expensive, but we'll try to work up to it. Anyways, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Seems like a good place to stop. And I will probably allow these guys to keep mining until they're done, and then send them home. That may not happen on camera. I might just wait to start the next episode until they've arrived back. We'll see. Obviously, if something interesting happens before then that's where we'll start. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.